everyone, my name is Gitanjali Singh and I am currently interning at Lexis and Company, and the topic for today's video is vicarious liability. For instance, we must learn what is vicarious liability, and in this video we learn about vicarious liability, its essential, its relations in vicarious liabilities, and the reasons for vicarious liabilities. Now, for introduction, we must learn that every person is liable for every act, and the person commits and not for the act done by others, but in some situations when a person is liable for the acts of another person is known as vicarious liability. So for this to happen, there must be a specific kind of relationship between both the people, and the act must be connected within the relationship. These relationships can be of master or servants or principal or agent or any kind of agent, when we learn about it in further video. Now, vicarious liability is the liability of a person for an act of an another person because of their relationship with each other. For example, Saurav is a driver of Gaurav, and Gaurav sent Saurav to drop his friend, some third person, to the airport. Now, on their way, Saurav hits Mahesh because of his reckless driving, and in this situation, Gaurav was not even in the car while the car hit Mahesh, the fourth person, but still he was liable for the accident caused by Saurav. This is because of the vicarious liability, because Saurav is doing the work under Gaurav, and they had the relationship of a master and servant. So the vicarious liability only deals when the situation where the person is liable for some other person's act. It is considered as an exception to the general rule that the person is liable for his act only. Vicarious liability is based on the principle of q facet per se per alium facet per se, which means he who does an act through another is deemed in law to do it himself. Now, there are some important essentials of vicarious liabilities, which are that there must be a certain type of relationship between the parties, and the wrongful act must be committed by another person, and the wrongful act that must happen during the course of employment. There are several kind of relationship between vicarious liability is that this liability can only take place when one part is socially superior to another party, and superior party shall be considered liable, because there are many types of things which should not be done by the servants and which should be done by masters. Now, some of the example of these relationships are master and servant, owner and independent contractor, partners in partnership firm, principal and agent, and company and its directors. Now, reason for vicarious liabilities is behind holding the master liable for the action of his servants are, for example, a servant is just an agent who is controlled and supervised by his employer, who is superior in many terms, that in finance terms and in his action terms. So the who works according to the master, which means he works in the manner that the master wants the work to be done. So the liability for this action of the servant must be of the master, because he is kind of a puppet to the master. The master always enjoyed the because and in the terms of partners or owners and a company and its directors, the master always enjoys the profit derived from the efforts to the servant, so why not the loss that the servant has occurred? So he must also bear the loss that occurred by the activity of the servant, but only in the course of employment and not in due employment or after employment. In the famous case of Nobin Chandra Dey versus Secretary of State, the Calcutta High Court linked the doctrine of immunity for action performed in sovereign capacity, where the plaintiff in this case argued that government had entered into an arrangement with him for the issuance of a permit of selling of ganja, and the agreement had been broken. The High Court ruled that no breach understanding had been shown following the confirmation. Regardless of whether an agreement was reached, the demonstration was carried out in the exercise of sovereign authority and thus was unremarkable. There are some exceptions in the case of vicarious liabilities, and they are when the servant is under the statutory duty which he cannot delegate, the master is not liable. And when there is a case where the servant is involved with the withdrawal of support from the neighbor land, the master is not liable. When the situation involves escaping from fire, the master is not liable. And when the situation using highways, the master is not liable. And when the situation involves very hazardous act, in that the master is also not liable. Now, to conclude this vicarious liability, it deals with only those cases where one person is liable for the actions of another person, and the liable person must be superior to the other person. The other person who commits wrong must be in the course of employment, and the course of employment is essential for vicarious liability. That's all. Thank you.